Well, good morning, beautiful. I hope that you are well rested and ready to begin your day with your daily insight on life and love. And this is a timeless reading. So wherever you're catching this in time, this might be a message that you need to hear for today and the projection of your future. And if it's a general collective, so if it doesn't fit, don't force it to fit. You can always let these fall away, and you can ask questions about booking your own session, because regardless of where you're seeing this in time, your individual storyline will always be more detailed, in-depth, and intense, and according to the reading. So we're going to see what's up. We are going to kick this off with Rider Waite. So if you're new to the channel, go ahead, stick around. Sometimes it's entertaining. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Look. Don't forget who you are. The circumstances, it seems like there's a heavy burden that's coming along with it. I feel like this is something that's projected onto you, and it also feels like you lost. You didn't lose. You're losing the burdens, but you're not losing this. So what we have here is a lot of energy that's coming back to you, and this feeling of everybody watching your every move in this one. Sorry, you're not living under a magnifying glass. Look, this is very fiery energy. What I'm seeing here is this isn't meant for you to backtrack and feel weak, and it's not meant to project you as bypassing anything. It's a major point of recalibrating, I think, your direction in life, and not telling everybody about it. I feel like this needs to be something that's not hidden, but needs to be worked behind the scenes, because I feel like there is not adequate support or encouragement that's going on here. And also there needs to be a little bit more ideas about, or not ideas, a little bit more clarity on what your motivation is. So with everything that has fallen away in your life, those feelings of failure, the feeling of letting something go, I'm seeing that loss is going to be a theme, but I want you to actually change the mentality of it. This loss that's coming about is the loss of burdens, the loss of anchors that have kept you in the same spot, the loss of fear, the loss of things that aren't really a priority to you naturally or authentically. So this is probably what we're going to keep on the down low right now, because voicing this, it seems more like a crisis than it is. And what I'm seeing here is what you're letting go of, and the ability to actually authentically let go of it is a rite of passage. We're no longer going to emotionally hoard either materialistic things or people in our life. So I see that this is really you finding your equilibrium, finding your balance, and something that is massively sturdy, strong, secure. Secure is a massive point of this. And I also feel like what you're letting go of, honestly, what you're letting go of was not going to fit into your life forever. It wasn't going to work out. And I think this is something that you have come to actually honor in yourself. So it's not loss, and it's not loss of abundance. It is clarity, closure. So we're beginning this phase of the reading with the Queen of Wands. And she's looking at that Emperor like, what do you think you're doing? And the Emperor is like, I'm going to show you. But look, we end this with feminine, and we begin this with feminine, we end it with masculine. And all the tidbits in between are pointing to authority and empowerment and momentum. There's a lot of physical action that is going to be taking place in your life right now. And if you let it, if you sit there and dwell on it, this is going to make your head spin. So go with the flow on this. And it's a lot of blue, so a lot of fifth chakra, throat chakra, communicating, being in your truth. Truth is the biggest thing about this. phase that you are in right now. So look, don't let yourself get lost. Don't become oblivious to what's going on. We have mind over matter. It's really important that you stay clear and diligent right now. So this is going to emphasize a real point of sobriety for people. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, what do I mean to say in this? Because now I'm just sounding like I'm talking in circles. Seeing things clearly and what's the word I'm looking for? Unaltered by mind-altering substances. There we go. Hey, how's it going? That's going to be the key for this. We need to keep a very clear head with this. And I think that this is going to be something that is more mental work than physical work in this one. So I hope that that made sense. It's time for you to let the drama unfold. However it's going to. Don't try and contain it. It's only going to make it more intense. And know that whatever drama is unfolding needs to crumble and fall away so that you can find your happiness in this. Let whatever is coming out and let whatever's changing take the shape that it needs to. It doesn't need your guidance. Your guidance in this, it seems kind of like it is askew because you need healing time on this. I think that you've been overpowered in this section of your life for an extended period of time, and it's time for you to get yourself back. I'm not even kidding. It is time for you to get yourself back. But what does that self even look like? It's not like you can just go back to what you were before with everything that you've experienced. Do you honestly think that that would work? No, it wouldn't. All right, so I'm thinking, I want to shuffle these back in. Dag nabbit. Normally I do the spread and I take the screenshot of it or the cover photo of it. Didn't do that this time. So now I feel like I'm missing out on something. I've been changing this around a little bit. Today's day 2, so it's not like I've been doing it. It's really been something I've been thinking about, and now it's day 2 of actually doing it. So, gotta work at the kinks. All right, you. What's going on? What do you need to know about this that hasn't already been presented? What do you need to know about the other side of things? Because there's always at least 2 sides to the equation. What's the second side to this? Come on, out with it. What do you need to know? What's the good word? What's going on? Keep looking outside because it is a gorgeous spring day or evening in New York. All right, where are we taking this? Come on. Thank you. God, this came out again? Really? All right. You are not, okay, so the other side to this is their perception of the situation that keep chasing the horizon. And that you are incredibly effed up and emotionally effed up, and that you're not thinking clearly. There's a lot of projection onto this. They're seeing this as completely imbalanced, and they're also feeling like this is a bunch of lies. I feel like they're being painted in a bad light, or at least that's their feelings about the situation. This feels like family, but it also feels like, no, it feels like it's very familial, family oriented. This doesn't have to be lovers. It could be actually friendships breaking up as well. I see there's 2 roads in front of this, and I see people going these 2 roads, and I see that on the family level and the friendship level, more so the family level. So the friendships are really, there's only going to be a few that resonate with that one. All right, what else? All right, so they're viewing this as stuck and stagnant, and it's like all that's wanted is freedom and control, if that makes sense. You're trying to control. Okay, I need clarity on this. I'm getting stuck on the words. Okay. God, it's like you're running from yourself. You're not actually running from yourself. There's a lot of nasty projection in this one, and it feels like you are being perceived to be some sort of a failure in this, and that you are naively taking a step into this. I feel like telling you that this is completely not the truth, and that you are embarking on a very intense journey that this person or people, God, people, a lot of you are going to resonate with that one. Or, yeah, I feel like a lot of you are going to resonate with people, a cluster of people leaving your life. Okay. This is happening so fast and the world is flipped upside down. Yeah. Get ready for things to slow down. While this is feeling like it's all the balls in the air right now, it's going to seem like it's in a freeze frame, if that makes sense. Do you ever talk to somebody in a short period of time and you look back and you're like, that feels like it took forever to get through? It's kind of like that. Or I was waiting for this situation to come about for a long time. Finally, it's here. And when you look back, it's like, well, that came and went. Time is a thief. And that's why I'm so bent on telling everybody life is too short to waste it unhappy. All right, you. So what does their higher self, or what does these people's higher self, what does the side two's part of this higher self want you to know? Don't hold yourself back. So while they're being insufferable, their higher self is saying, go, go. Yeah, no, don't hold back in this. And then you got to step away from this addictive pattern and behavior. Their higher self is a lot more forgiving than the lower self, because they're like, no, we got it. No, we see exactly what's going on. This is toxic. This sucks. This is very addictive. This is codependent. No, go, just go. It's actually really funny like that one too. That's exactly how I'm seeing it. They're like, if you don't go, I'm going to kick you. They're going to kick you off this spiritual cliff. Not a literal one, obviously. But you've been getting a lot of downloads. Their higher self is probably going to infuse themselves into your dreams and give you a lot of symbols and probably a lot of personal influence in it. Yeah. Lightning is striking, and this, it's spreading like wildfire, baby. All right, so what does your higher self want you to know? All right. Wait. No, I have to go to the higher self now because I talked about it, but I feel like it needs to be what's your internal feelings about it. All right, so you are confused and you don't know if this is what you want to do. You don't know if you're making the right choice. But you've grown. You have grown so much. You have changed so much. You are ready for this change in your life. And again, I have seen friendships part ways in a loving yet sorrow-filled way. And I've seen relationships break up. I have seen businesses break up. And this is a time frame of where a lot of that is happening. So can you please, your higher self is saying, I get that you're confused. I know that you don't know which choice to make, but it's time for you to get ready to make that choice because you have changed so much and you can't stay here anymore. And this is saying that you are emotionally secure, you are emotionally focused, and you have angel guidance for you on this one. So I feel like this is saying in order to heal, you have to surrender to the waters of this. Let this go to where you are meant to go. You've been feeling yourself being dragged by the currents and you've been holding on to that branch. That is exhausting. So what is Spirit's advice in this? By the way, this is what I'm looking at. And this is what their higher self wanted to tell you. Okay. So, let's see. The advice. Let this close off in your life. You can't keep hitting this and expecting this wall to become a door. You don't need to take a sledgehammer through the wall. You're going to damage the foundation which you are trying to change things. It's reminding me of the fly analogy. The fly trying to get to its destination of outside, and it keeps hitting the window. And it keeps thinking, okay, if I keep hitting the window, if I keep hitting it harder, if I keep working harder, if I keep at this, then eventually I'll get to where I'm going. Little does that fly know that that is going to be the exact reason that it dies. If it pulled out of this and it observed the surroundings, it would see that there is a door open trying to get it to its destination. It trying to get through this is going to be what kills it. Find your path through another way, and it's not going to be this one. That is perfectly fine. You staying stuck is holding not only you back, but this is holding everybody else back. If you tried and stay in this connection with this group of people, you would be holding them back from their destination, and that creates a karmic imbalance, which you do not need to do. So if this is family that you need to part ways with for a time being, so be it. I'm not telling you to abandon people, but it does look like massive breakups are happening for the time. And it also looks like this is something where it is really challenging your faith and your belief. And also it feels like this is going to be something that plagues you for a while. It is not going to plague you for a while. You are being forced into a rebirth. And right now, this is saying stop this new project. Let this feel like the failure that it is, because you need to feel this feeling of remorse and feeling of final and closing so that you can see a new world. Because you have been leveling up, your vibration has changed. You no longer resonate with this lower vibration. It doesn't mean that it's worse than you. It just means that it's a more primal and lower vibration that isn't operating at a higher frequency of possibility and manifestation that you are. Your life is waiting to be created. You can't create a castle with muddy water. That is not going to work. All right, so that's the advice. I guess avoid trying to overcompensate. Let's see what else. God, this is ridiculous. Okay. Don't, how can I say this? All right, so what to avoid? Piling on these broken connections. Oh my God. So many of you, okay, I know that it's hard to let things close off in your life. I know that it's hard to feel like you're letting people down. You don't need to overcompensate and drag some aspect of this with you. I know that their personality is, and you take on part of their personalities, because this is what happens when you are in a tribe. You don't need to collect that energy and take with you as memorabilia. I know how that sounds, but this is what I'm getting here, because this is going to take away from what your authentic growth is and the person you are becoming and the work that you need to do. And this is going to undermine your efforts moving forward. I see a lot of new connections coming in. I see new soul connections. I see new soul mates coming in. And I see that this is going to be something that slowly fosters through time. This isn't happening 1, 2, 3. This is happening in a long drawn out time. So this might be something that is newly occurring and is getting the ball rolling, and also where you need to be in the open and receiving mode and learn the little tidbits of a new happiness in your life. Because the old happiness, the idealistic one that you have pictured in your heads, when you are working from a wounded and low vibration place versus when you're working from a higher and healed place, what your wants and needs and desires are going to be vastly different. So this is saying, let yourself close this off before you truly manifest this new foundation of growth for your future. And we're going to close this off with the bottom of the deck. The choices and times have run out for this. So this is everything coming to a head, which I know makes you feel like it is overwhelming. Don't let this overwhelm you. This is your key to freedom, the key to ascension, the key to a new version of your life. What's meant to come with you is going to come with you effortlessly, and it's not going to have that undertone of fear. Let this be what it is. You know that these readings don't end at midnight. So that being said, this is a projection of your future based off of current circumstances, and if you follow the advice. So if you have questions about booking a session, reach out in the email address or find me on any social platform and DM me. I look forward to hearing from you. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. Oh yeah, there's a coronavirus sale going on, so ask details about that. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, and just know how greatly you are loved and appreciated. Bye for now. What exactly is coming to a close in your life? Look at this. I see you walking away. Don't worry, it's not what you think, but it is going to involve you moving on. It is involving you maybe leaving with your pride intact. There's so much feeling of failure and shame that's going with this. It's all shallow. It is not actual things that you need to be ashamed about or feel horrible about. I feel like this ending of this chapter in your life, stay away from the negativity. It's negative enough. It's hard enough as it is. I know that you're feeling like you're letting not only yourself down, but a lot of people involved in this situation. Listen, this is involving you moving on. You got to get your head above water. Your ships are coming in. Okay. My dear, you are what seems to be going towards a more healthy environment for yourself. You have your options. You literally can go anywhere in the world, so don't let any person on the planet tell you where you should go or, well, when you should go. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I want to say with that. But you have your options splayed before you. So see what suits best for you. Don't take their influence on it. It's not going to be what's best for you unless this is something that you are genuinely pulled to. And it's all about divine timing. You can hurry this up all you want, but it's going to be hurry up and wait. This has been a very calculated time in getting you here to find your location and your spot that's going to best suit you in life and get you to move on. This is also timely calculated. You have to follow your inner guidance and instructions and, I guess, forsake everyone else's input. You got to do this for yourself, baby. How do you show up to the world every single day? What is your motivation? Who are you trying to make proud? I want to say that somebody should be you, but I'm seeing that there's somebody who's crossed over that you are trying to make proud, trying to give some sort of a tribute to in this life, give it meaning. And I think that this is somehow involved not only in their life, but how their passing was. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and this is, I feel, them coming through to take that pressure off of you. Don't you understand that your loved ones who are crossed over want nothing more than for you to be authentically happy in this life? You don't need to do anything to make them proud. The fact that you show up every single day is something that has them proud and even boastful enough. You have to do this for you. They're encouraging you to do what makes you happy. They're already proud of you. Sending you a ton of love. All right. I feel like you need to hone in on a more positive way about your investments. The more you invest in yourself, the more that you can separate yourself from a past identity and also the past feelings. There's a lot that hasn't been processed, and the more that you sit and focus on yourself in this one and do the internal work, the more you can actually change this connection and free it up. So I'm seeing you go through what seems to be a rebirth. This is a rebirth, but you can't have a rebirth if you're not going to close off the past, which that ding might be validation for you. It's really important that you sit with this and honor the feelings that are coming up with it. Don't judge yourself for it. This is stuff that you have already been through, and it's time to take inventory of where you've been so you don't repeat these cycles moving forward, because you are at a rebirth. Well, you're on the hinges of a rebirth closing off this, and it is going to be something that you don't need to experience again. I hope that made sense.